seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for two. Tua going to try and throw for it.
And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver Brown.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Throwing is Hurts.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Eagles. Jahan Dotson.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Hurts will throw.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Here's Moore. He will return it. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
Hill shedding the tackle, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
Hurts.
This is Smith with a grab. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
But first down, Hurts.
Flush to his right. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They're going to look to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were in this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Throw right side complete to Dotson.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. They'll look to throw again. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Back to throw again.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And the Dolphins will take over here just shy of the 30.
So that was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
67 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
17's Mike 17. That's right, baby. They don't want
Tua sets up to pass it. Being chased out left. And he goes out right around the 39. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Tua now on first down. This one left side caught by Barrios. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Running right, here's Achane. Brought down that time by Nolan Smith. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 5. A give, running right, Achane.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Running left, Achane.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Dolphins.
Devon Achane, 39 yards. And the Dolphins have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! A.J. Brown, 73 yards.
And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
There he goes left side.
He's on his way.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Devon Achane,
77 yards.
And the Dolphins have made it a 3-score game now here in the fourth.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Once again, the Dolphins will come out and go for 2. They'll look to throw. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is a big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
This short throw caught by Goddard. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
He'll drop to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll roll him out right.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. Oh, some strong running. Touchdown.
Devontae Smith.
47 yards.
And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit.
And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. He'll look to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Tua going to throw.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Miami. 52 yards.
Points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert,
a 21-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
It's caught on the right side at Smith. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hurts throw complete there to Smith.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game. And quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.